Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to be here today as an opening speaker for this year's Spring Piano Recital, all made possible by the wonderful Mrs. Yakabuchi. As an avid lover for classical music and a past performer at these lovely recitals, I am more than honored to have been chosen to give this warm welcome to you all. Did you know that the first piano was made in 1790 in Italy? Another icon that came from Italy was our very own Mrs. Yakabuchi. However, unlike how pianos tend to depreciate over time, this golden star continues to shine in amazing ways. Today we have various talented musicians playing a wide selection of only the best music, from Beethoven to Bach and all the Tchaikovsky in between. I have fond memories of being the nervous performer sitting in the front row, anxiously waiting for my turn to play the music I had spent so much time practicing. I was a tiny second grader when I first had the chance to sit on that piano bench. My co-performers were all high schoolers who were trained in the classics of Chopin or Grieg, playing each piece with such grace and perfection. Meanwhile, I would be sharing with the audience a song about a haunted mouse, creatively titled The Haunted Mouse. Everyone else performing that day seemed so confident and capable of making mistakes. However, as I slowly became one of those very high schoolers, I realized that I was just so young that I could see past the slip-ups. Ever since, I've tried becoming more understanding of myself when these mistakes happen to me. To all the musicians preparing to perform tonight, I beg you to take this advice to heart. Before I go on, it's crucial I recognize the person who allowed me to make this progress, the person who's allowed for all the musicians here today to develop a love for what they do, the person who's allowed us to even be here today. Mrs. Yakabuchi spends countless hours a week, devoting it all to her students and their piano skills. Her patience is immeasurable and admirable. Seriously, I don't know if I would be able to patiently go through an hour-long lesson with a student who obviously hadn't practiced her pieces that past week. A student much like me sometimes. Yet she still sets time aside from her other responsibilities to sit in front of a piano with them and make sure they're playing it to the best of their ability. She's truly an inspiring figure. Our beloved instructor isn't the only inspiring factor in the world of music. I remember her always telling me during our lessons how students who played the piano would go on to score higher on tests than those who didn't. She'd give an explanation as to how it worked, something about your brain building strength. I never pay it too much attention, but so many other positives have stemmed from this hobby. If you've learned to play the piano, you're capable of so many other things. While my test scores may not exactly be excellent proof to Mrs. Yakabuchi's theory, being able to play such a fascinating instrument is one of my neatest features. Now, we all came today to listen to the top hits for Mozart, not someone's rambles. I sure hope you can all handle all of these remarkable performances tonight.